and then Daryl Braithwaite. So I'm a massive fan of the horses, and I'd just like to tell him that in person.
Welcome to A Cup of Tea with Bree, where I get to know some of North Queensland's most amazing parents, incredible business people, and inspiring characters. Now, today's guest loves nothing more than taking people on an adrenaline rush through the water in her unique Nemo-inspired speedboat. She's the owner of Bad Fishy, and also she goes the slow way as well on Cairns boat hire. So please welcome Nikki Giumelli. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Bree.
Great to have you in here.
Thank you, it's nice to be here.
We should have done this on a boat.
We should have. Yeah, it would have had a lot more action.
Yeah, boat and a few beers and fishing
Sounds
line.
good.
Yeah. So tell me about your childhood. Where did you grow up? What was life like for you?
I grew up in Sydney.
Okay.
I have one sister, so we were quite boisterous, little tomboys, I guess, but really enjoyed quite a traditional childhood, I guess, in Sydney in the big smoke. I lived in Sydney through until I'd finished university, and then started to kind of make my way in the world from there.
What made you move to Cairns?
My partner and I had run a business in Sydney for about 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, and all of the driving long distances from our home to the office and the headache that had become like the traffic and childcare and a whole range of things became a little bit too much. We thought we might enjoy giving our kids a bit of peace in their life and go up to a nice warmer climate. So we move up here about 6 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you got 3 kids?
3 kids, yes. I've got Grace, she's 13, and then Finn is 11 and James is 9.
Wow. So how do you manage because you've got the 2 businesses, but you also do other things, and you've got 3 kids?
Yes.
What else do you do?
I look after sales and marketing for other tourism-based businesses in Australia, and there's a bit of travel involved for that. And Pat works in the super yacht industry as well. So along with this business, we do a few other things. And I'm constantly speaking to other parents like yourself that are experts at juggling and also outsourcing.
Yeah. So insourcing is another good thing. My kids make me breakfast.
Yeah, my kids are quite commercial now, you know. So
you got to make them good, like useful.
By the time they're 9, 11 and 13, absolutely.
They need to be useful, absolutely. So what did you want to be when you grew up? Because this industry, I'm sure this is what you thought.
I kind of fell into it by default. I did want to be a school teacher.
Okay.
And I actually went to university and became a high school teacher in drama and English and did about 2 years of teaching.
Wow.
But the entire time I was kind of working in this industry in the background as well.
Is that thanks to Pat?
Thanks to Pat, but also at university I was working in the boating industry on Sydney Harbour. So while I was studying, I was a cruise director on the showboats down on Sydney Harbour. So I kind of had exposure to this industry fairly early on. And then there was a bit of a tipping point where this just became more exciting and more of a passion for us. So that's how we ended up here.
And how did you meet Pat?
On that Sydney showboat, actually. So he was the captain of the boat and I was a cruise director, and we went out for many, many trips on Sydney Harbour. We had 400 passengers on those boats and would feed them all and party with them, and that's where I met him as well.
Oh, so romantic.
Yeah.
Cruising the harbour of Sydney. So what made you start your business then?
Well, Pat really kicked things off. I think he had realised that there was a gap in Sydney Harbour for jet boating, so we actually started a jet boating business down there and built that up. And when we decided to sell that business, we took a bit of a breather and did the Cairns shift, as we were talking about, and then saw that there was a bit of a gap in the market for this kind of product in Cairns as well. So we run a bit of a smaller operation up here, but it's really nice and perfect for the region.
Yeah, it's heaps of fun.
Yeah.
I did it with the kids and we had an absolute ball, and Pat is so amazing on the mic, and we sang Elvis and we did all sorts of fun things.
Yeah, he loves what he does, and
you can
it's a
tell.
nice space to kind of do it up here too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So tell me then, what's something that most people don't know about you then?
Not me, Pat and a team of people actually built the Bad Fishy Jet Boat.
Wow.
With naval architects, and it was built in Gosford on the Central Coast, so Australian made and designed. And
what made him pick Nemo?
Well, we kind of wanted some branding that would suit the region.
Yeah,
So yeah, we
great
thought that, and then we thought Screamo and Bad Fishy kind of came up because we thought we'd be a bit cheeky. Yeah, a bit cheeky with the brand as well.
Yeah, I love it. So what's been then one of your greatest personal achievements?
I think just thinking about it, actually, it's probably just juggling everything and still managing to find the successes in many challenges. So I think a lot of women out there would tell a very similar story, that they're juggling a lot of things and just making all of those components work.
Yes.
To date is probably the biggest achievement, I'd say.
It's hard, isn't it? It's
very hard.
Well, it's just, you want to raise an amazing family and children, but you're also got this passion for this business, and it's also it's like 15 children, I think, a business sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's
you kind of want to do justice to everything, I think.
Yeah.
And so that's probably what gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Most of the time, yeah.
And what about business-wise?
I think business-wise, probably, sitting where we are today, there's still a lot of room to grow and to do different things. But at nearly 40 now, it's, you've kind of learnt a few lessons. So nice to have a product that we're really proud of, that we can engage with our customers in and really enjoy, and do a few things outside of it as well. Yeah,
because it's perfect for like birthday parties, and just for that special something to do for someone's birthday, or even a great Father's Day gift or Christmas gift for the family.
We've had lots of Christmas
We screamed
parties
the whole time. I loved it. It was great.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it's good, and it gives a lot of enjoyment to people. So I think when you've designed a product and it's kind of been your baby, and then you get that response of people really enjoying it. And
it's one of those things you have to tick off your bucket list in Cairns that you've done it, I think.
Oh, thanks, Bree.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So then what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given, and why?
Definitely early on in small business, I had received a lot of great advice from mentors within the industry, and I still do today. There's still a lot of people that I look up to and recognise their advice as being invaluable. And now at the stage where we can give back sometimes to some juniors that are coming through the industry as well. So if you're starting up in business, or even if you're really far down that journey, I always think reaching out to somebody that can give you that mentorship is worthwhile.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you get stuck in a point, and having that someone that's been there or done that and makes you feel okay about some of the things that you're going through.
And sometimes when you're in your business, it can be hard to look at a unique perspective on it.
Yes.
So it's always interesting to kind of meet up with people that may share a perspective you haven't thought about. Yeah.
Love it. Now my last question is, if you could have dinner with 3 people, either past or present, who would they be and why? Tough question, but I always love this one.
It is tough. I think my mum's still living in Sydney, so we always love having her up. So she's always a favourite at the dinner table. Richard Branson, just one of those guys that thinks about the world differently.
Yes.
And I quite like that. And then Daryl Braithwaite. So I'm a massive fan of the horses, and I'd just like to tell him that in person.
Do you do an interpretive dance to his song? Maybe after a few drinks. Yeah. It is the best interpretive dancing song I reckon there is.
Yeah.
He's coming to Cairns, again.
I know, I've already booked tickets.
Of course you have. So now we just need to get Daryl Braithwaite over on, what's the island that Richard Branson has?
Oh, Necker Island.
Necker Island. Yeah, and your mum there. It's a party. Sounds like a perfect sort of thing to have. Daryl can sing. we can. I'm going to be there. I'm just inviting
welcome
myself.
As well.
Yeah, thanks. Well, thank you so much for having a cup of tea with me today.
You're
it's been
welcome.
really great to hear your story and
Thank
learn
you.
more about you. If you'd like to see more of our episodes, then please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on a new episode of A Cup of Tea with Bree. We'll see you next time.